chosen this particular subject to go against,
Ghost?
to argue the government is overreaching. If it were
Beach
me, I would
versus
just stop them.
700 years
Yeah,
to the
I would
future.
have thousands of people
Mankind
in front of City
believe.
Hall arguing that stop signs is government overreach. Nobody's going to tell me
That's
to
19.
corner.
You know what I thought was interesting about that protest is there
Sounds
were
over.
vaccinated
One
people
tree
in
over.
the protest who just don't want
She's actually
to.
one now.
That's where they say.
2019 Disappearance.
Majority of them are
2019
Disappearance.
They have no issue. Yeah, I mean, the crazies who think vaccines that causes COVID or DNA is being stolen or whatever, those are a tiny little group. It's government should not tell me what to do. And I don't understand why. Because, Wayne pointed out yesterday, forcing you to pay your income tax. I mean, there's an argument that's way government overreach. So why mandate? You have to send your kids to school. Otherwise, it's a criminal violation if you keep kids. Yeah, tell me that's not governmental mandate. What if I don't want to send my kids to school and I just want to teach them the Quran? Don't I have the religious right to do that? What if I want to set up a madrasa like they have in Saudi Arabia and other Arab countries where all they teach is the Quran? That's their education. Hey, it's freedom of religion. Why can't I do that?
I think that there wouldn't be as much pushback if from the beginning the vaccine hadn't been politicized.
I agree
from
with
day
you.
one,
Yeah.
it became a I think that
You're pretty comfortable.
proliferated this whole journey that we've been on with the vaccine.
And by the way, I want to be fair. I know that I only talk about madrasas and Muslims. I want to be fair. Why don't I have the right to send my kids to a religious school where all they teach is arbitrage and investment theory? Oh, God. I want to say one little thing now, and I want to say one other little thing after this next story. The little thing I want to say now is I have no problem with the vaccine mandate, but there is a difference between a stop sign or even sending your kid to school, and that is because a vaccine does involve having a needle put in your arm, then put inside of your body. I'm being very broad about this. I understand. Like, leave with us. No, I understand. I'm just saying there is a wrinkle there. There is. I'm doing very broad strokes. If you agree that it's government overreach, this one has the best argument because it's your body. And I understand that. But I just don't understand why people are so upset. I truly don't on this issue. Also, I think you pointed out because of the politicization of the vaccine. I do like that there's a lot of crossover between people who absolutely do not want the government to tell you have to put something in your body. Also, want the government to be able to tell you you have to keep something in your body. Yeah. That's the point. Let's move on.
All right, Wayne, you mentioned the next story, which is the LAUSD has been sued over its COVID-19 employee vaccination mandate. And so the California Educators for Medical Freedom, founded by LAUSD employees, imposed to the vaccine mandate was left off as a plaintiff, apparently, in this lawsuit, but the complaint will be amended to include the group. I'm confused as to why one was okay and the other was not, if it's the same. If it's members of the same group.
It says inadvertently. That, to me, that implies the plaintiff who filed messed it up.
Okay.
That it was like it's an accident or an oversight. All right, here's the other little thing I want to say. This is for however many people. It could be one person. It could be a lot of people who, after I say this, are going to go, thank God he said it. I think we're getting really tired. All of this talk about vaccines, no vaccines, people are upset, people are not upset. I think we're probably past the point where it's doing any good. Yeah, I agree with you completely, and it's fatigue. But still, people get so exercised, and that is the lead story every day in the news. But that's also the number of people in this country or in our listening area who are preoccupied with this is very tiny compared to all the other people who maybe would like to hear about other stuff going on in the world. If your vaccine site leads, it leads.
Wow.
Hey, fast food workers.
You want to do one more before?
One more. They hold big strike today. Fast food workers across LA to protest unsafe working conditions. And where are they doing it?
Huh?
Where are they doing it? Where are they protesting? Doing McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's really seems to be bearing all the as if all the other big chains don't have similar issues. Well, it's just easier to put up those signs, "We're on the strike." And also, they're supporting this Assembly Bill 257 that's going to be voted on in January. The Fast Food Accountability Standards Recovery Act. That's right. And it basically strengthens certain protections for these workers. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll do more handle on the news. First, Jennifer Jones-Lee, and your chance to win $1,000 when we come back. Jen.
Robinhood says the company's data was breached last Wednesday. The state exposed the information of millions of customers to hackers. Vice President Harris is on her first European trip. Harris arrived in France early this morning with plans to stay till Saturday. And a National Guard soldier from Montana has become the first woman to graduate from the Army Sniper Course. The 7-week sniper course trains soldiers on many things, including target direction, range estimation, and advanced camouflage techniques. We're watching your ride with Kfi in the sky. We've got a busy 405. We'll talk about it next.
If you are thinking about refinancing, or let's say you've already refined your mortgage last year, it's still worthwhile to contact HMS Capital. And why is that? Because interest rates have not gone up. Matter of fact, many things have gone down from last year. But the value of your home has gone up, which means equity, which means your equity is doing nothing. And I'm going to suggest you borrow against your equity, which is substantial, and then use that money. Use it for investment. Make some money off your money. And here's what HMS Capital does. Mark Tice of HMS Capital does something that I know of no other lender that does this. It encourages you to apply with multiple lenders. In other words, apply with his company and other companies, and he's that company can get you the best deal. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital. I've known Mark for over 16 years. Call 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com. hmscapital.com. Staples Connect helps your business grow. Now get 20% off signs, banners, or posters when you spend $75 or more. Explore more at your local Staples or staplesconnect.com. Offer ends 1/1/22. Visit staples.com/services/printing for details. Staples Connect.
SoCal weather from KFI, partly cloudy with highs 60s at the beaches to the 70s inland. This report is brought to you by your Staples stores. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. 405 is busy this morning, Jeff.
Boy, you bet the farm on that one, that's for sure. Thanks, Jen. Indeed, as we're coming down from the 1 after passing through there right now, it's just plenty busy. Getting real slow a little bit before Victory Boulevard, but right now it's trouble-free drive up and over the hill into Brentwood, Sunset Boulevard. It's pretty okay. Eastbound 101, the Ventura Freeway now, coming out of Calabasas Valley Circle to the 405, looking pretty good. A little bit of a problem I want to point out to you on the South 170 at Oxnard, which is also the ramp for Laurel Canyon. The LA Sheriff's Bus just barely took your shoulder, so just be careful going through. After that, though, the 101, well, still in fairly good shape all the way to downtown Los Angeles. A lot more coming up. Don't go away. KFI in the sky helps you get there faster. I'm Jeff Bob.
This report is sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/SPARK. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California. Friends, family, out-of-town guests, you've got a lot to celebrate this month, but that's also a lot of meals to prepare. Times like these, you want Sizzler. Tender hand-cut steak, plump juicy lobster, or that world-famous salad bar means there's something for everybody to celebrate. Whether you're looking for a quick solution on Thanksgiving night or a great place to gather the other 29 days of November, here we're open, and best of all, we're delicious. For the nearest Sizzler restaurant, go to locations.sizzler.com.
If you want to sell your car fast, Roto. If you want it to be hassle-free, Roto. If you want to make more money on your trade, yep, Roto. That's RODO. Roto is the best place to buy a new car, and it's also the best place to sell your used car or vehicle lease for quick payments. That's right. Cash offers for used cars have never been higher, so act now. Download the Roto app or go to roto.com. That's RODO, the fastest way to sell your car.
How are those Solar Max panels treating you?
Loving them. I just wish I went with Solar Max sooner. All the money I would have saved.
Solar Max has unique Tesla 420 panels and power walls for $79.96 per month and $0 down.
Dial pound 250 from your cell and say the keyword Solar Max or go to solarmaxtech.com. Monthly payment available on food price, the SLB number 972.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Select internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans from major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
Looking to save money on auto insurance? It's easy. Get your free quote at AAA.com/insurance. You could save even more when you bundle your homeowners or renter's policy too. Visit AAA.com/insurance today for your free quote.
Did you know that you might be overpaying for your prescriptions? It's okay, because there's an easy, convenient solution. That's GoodRx. GoodRx lets you compare prices at different pharmacies and shows you where to get the lowest price. You're still a doctor and a GoodRx customer.
I was able to look up some medicines that I was going to get, and it saved me a good amount of money.
GoodRx is helping millions of people, and it can help you too. For simple, smart savings, text GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance. In 2020, GoodRx users saved an average of 79% off retail prices. Individual compensated for their time. Visit GoodRx.com/radio to learn more.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC.
Which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in Nemours and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your element. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Cold disease can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
The only good veggie burger I ever had.
You don't want to know the ingredients, John, but it's rice and carrots and things like that all mashed up.
It's a vegetable though. Yeah, but it doesn't taste like vegetables. I can't really describe it. John and Ken. It can't be a ground mashup of vegetables and taste like meat.
Weekdays at 2
It's mushier than meat.
on KFI.
Good morning, Bill. Handle here. Bill Handle here. Yeah, it's been that in a while. It is a Tuesday, November 9th. First, we start with the money in your pocket.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000.
Text the nationwide keyword.
Cash. CASH.
200.
You'll get a confirmation text and info.
Standard data message rate supply. That's nationwide contact.
That's cash to 200.
And if you do win, you'll get a call from a number you'll recognize, might be picked up 14 times a day, 20 minutes after the hour, between 5:20 a.m. and 7:20 p.m. We have this contact. So if you didn't win this hour, that next hour. I was just talking to Wayne about Veterans Day and whether we're off or not. I think we're all working Veterans Day. Originally, Veterans Day was Armistice Day. This was the end of World War I. The 11th hour of the 11th day, the 11th month. The war ended exactly at 11 o'clock. And here's a little handle factoid. And I even impressed Wayne with it. There was an American, the war ended at 11 o'clock. I mean, everybody put down their arms at 11 o'clock. A guy by the name of Henry Gunther, an American soldier, was killed at 10:59. He was the last soldier to die in World War I, 1 minute before the armistice kicked in. How's that for a little irony? Boy, oh boy. I would have been All right, let's move on. More handle on the news with Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
Okay, does she have a case? Vanessa Bryant's lawyers are arguing to tell the jury should have to assume that the crash photos that we know were taken by some LA County Sheriff's deputies that they apparently shared with a very small group of people, and maybe family, friends kind of thing, that actually there was a wider distribution of the photos and that images and evidence was destroyed.
Yeah, now, look at the irony here. You have the sheriff who ordered the deputies to have photos, whoever has them, immediately eliminated to keep it from going public. And the lawyers are saying, because he said destroy them, we have to assume that they were disseminated to the public.
And then evidence was destroyed, but she destroyed evidence.
The photos
was right.
Yeah, the photos. Yeah. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Explain what you think.
Probably not, especially since it's the whole thing is being able to tell a jury they should assume something, which seems pretty antithetical to what a trial's about, which is to present the evidence that proves things.
Yes, and so they're trying to prove a negative here. And that's very difficult.
Okay, San Diego schools were going to have a mental health day. So they sent out an announcement to parents. We're going to be closed Friday for a mental health day, and the parents didn't like that very much, and understandably so, if only for the reason that not a lot of notice for you to arrange childcare.
Yeah.
So they reversed course, and they said, well, what we're going to do is school will be open, but if people don't want to attend for a mental health day, that's okay too.
Now, that means the schools will be it's so crazy.
I see.
If this kid is personally in a big room in the morning, you take mental health care.
I wouldn't. I'm assuming
When they're depressed,
every kid,
that's fine.
Thursday night, every kid is going to report that they are super stressed out.
Right, and it's depressed.
The only kids that will be there are kids whose parents have nowhere else to take.
Yeah. Yeah, that's poor kids in boarding school. They were by themselves on campus during Christmas or Thanksgiving. That's a tough way to go.
All right. I'm giving you a gross alert on this one.
Put down all your food if you're eating.
Or pick up your breakfast.
No.
No.
There's a family whose mother was at Santa Ana South Coast Global Medical Center to beat COVID-19. They claim that when they went in and saw her one day, it was I think a video call actually, that the son of this woman, Carolina Mizanjo, or her, I guess it was her mother, had maggots coming out of her nose and mouth.
Rice Krispies.
How does this happen?
No, uncool. That's uncool. So they're suing the hospital.
Of course they
How
are.
does that happen to
Yeah,
that person?
was she alive when the
Yeah.
maggots were coming
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they have proof of that. They took pictures and it's
It was
pretty
a
gross.
video call, I guess. I guess the son discovered it
All right.
and video called to her family
Yeah,
to see.
yeah, that's disgusting.
And oh my
That's
god.
disgusting. I'll buy that. And they still end up dying. I don't think. Are they suing for negligence? Or yes, they are. Specifically, are they saying because of the maggots were coming out of her mouth and nose, therefore, that in and of itself proves there's. I guess that you could argue that medical malpractice.
They're
Honestly.
suing elder abuse, negligence, and wrongful death.
Okay.
All of it.
Yep. Oh.
Here, this is also
it's horrible.
a woman has been charged in the death of a 4-year-old boy. She was the foster mother, and the authorities say there's clear evidence that he was tortured and beaten into a coma.
Oh.
Actually, an attorney representing the family of the foster kid said that.
Yeah.
And the authorities must agree to some extent since they've charged her.
Yeah, and of course the lawsuit's going to go against the county. But
He's in critical condition in a coma.
It's one of those things where it doesn't matter how rigorous the screening is. The sheriff's department said if we screen our foster parents rigorously, and that's true. I think they do. It's not easy to be a foster parent, but things fall through the cracks, and people go crazy and they go squirrely. And this is a foster mother who obviously has some either deep-seated issues. But I don't think if she was crazy enough to do this, it had to be when they first vetted her, and they couldn't see it. Just look at how, look at the extent of this, the horrible attitude that, well, not attitude, she went into the depth of whatever she went into to kill her, well, to
Put him in a coma.
put him in a coma, basically killed him. to survive. Yeah, so it's by Gabriel Fernandez, that poor thing. He was killed. Except that was, I think, a natural, biological child.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was killed,
Yeah.
yeah. And this one's foster care. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, and we will come back and engage in more handle on the news. In the meantime, Jennifer Jones, please.
Scientists with NASA JPL are working on a new mission that could help warn communities of extreme and dangerous weather.
It's called Investigation of Convective Updraft, or INCUS. The project will include 3 satellites orbiting the Earth in tight formation to look at tropical storms and thunderstorms. Scientists say they hope this will help them understand a phenomenon called convective mass flux, which is the vertical transport of air and water vapor. They say convective mass flux is one of the great mysteries of weather and climate. The mission is expected to launch in 2027. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
News is brought to you by veteran-owned Semper Solaris. A town in Northern California destroyed by a wildfire has marked the 3rd anniversary by planting 85 flags along its main road, one for every person who died in the fire.
We won't ever forget what happened to us.
Paradise Mayor Steve Crowder says he hopes to get the town's population back to where it was before the fire, 20,000.
We're making a lot of forward progress. We still got a lot of work to do. We still got a lot of people that need help getting back home.
Crowder says new homes are being built in Paradise to more fire-safe standards. A middle school teacher in Ventura has been booted from the classroom for going on an anti-COVID-19 vaccine tirade and telling students she wished Donald Trump was still president. The comments were recorded by one of her 8th graders at Anacapa Middle School. The Ventura County School District says the teacher has expressed what it calls deep remorse for what she said last month. The House Committee investigating the attack on the Capitol in January issued subpoenas to more than 6 associates of former President Trump. The committee chairman is demanding testimony and documents from former Trump campaign officials and associates. Democrats say strategized about how to stop the certification of Joe Biden's election in a war room ahead of the attack.
Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Days of Our Lives has been on the air for 56 years. Yesterday was the anniversary. One of the soap opera's early power couples, Doug and Julie Williams, played by Bill Hayes and Susan Seaforth Hayes, who got married in 1974.
And we got married 2 years later, Doug and Julie, and using the same word.
The couple tells NBC4 their wedding got 16 million viewers and was even broadcast in Australia. The Hayes still appear on Days of Our Lives. We're taking a look at a problem on the 10.
And just as well, we call that with the odds on the freeway. We're close to West 10 now, coming off Kellogg Hill around 57, 71, 10 interchange. I'm sure you're really familiar with that. Still from Azusa, kind of the normal stuff for the 605, but there was a problem a little farther west at Rosemead, kind of a halfway point between 605 and 710. Over to the shoulder now, so a little bit back up to After that, one drive a little bit south of San Canyon. After that, the real quick surface street south of USC. Crossing and Western, police investigation, the intersection is closed. North-south alternate would be normal, east-west is daily. Way up high in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Barr.
The LA Kings watch the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-1 for their 5th straight win. Now they move over to the Montreal Canadiens at 4 o'clock today live through the iHeartRadio app. The Ducks are at the Vancouver Canucks at 7. I wish them good luck. Max Scherzer is a finalist for the National League Cy Young Award alongside Corbin Burns of the Brewers and the Phillies' Zach Wheeler. I'm Len Resnick, KFI Sports. If by the time going to the dentist really stresses you out, you have what's called dental anxiety, which is the thought of going to the dentist really freaks you out. Let me suggest a visit to Dr. Tony Dental Clinic. Dr. Tony started practicing 2 years ago. They practice. And you can't but beyond that, they also use things to help you deal with it. It's called a twilight state. Or even full-blown anesthesia. I mean, what we wanted to appointment taking into years decades of neglect. Right now, $1,500 off major treatment. No money down payment plans cost the details of $6.5.
Yo lo sé, eso no es
$100
ridículo.
back for teeth whitening operations. Now, this offer expires November 30th. Call 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE.
Check out ampersand KFI, your second country, a party party day on uncool. I could wear seasons after research to the 70s inwards, and we're going to start to warm it up as we head toward the weekend. We had a lovely set in the 70s, 80s, and maybe even each out and 90s. We read local. Yeah, I'm going to KFI, 27 weekend, and Johnson 23. Before COVID-19,
아, 이제 이제 강림이 아, 그렇지.
with free emotional support resources.